Just get it back up again. It said miles better when Callum muted.
Yes, Sonny, you'll do for me, pal. You'll do for me. Can hear you both now. Oh, I need to do this as well because I didn't get a chance to do it earlier because nobody heard me. Kelly Davidson, thank you for the 10, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Kelly.
Thank
you, and Zach's put one as well. Thank you, I appreciate it. Well, we appreciate it.
It's going to you. It's going to you.
No, we appreciate
but anyway,
it.
No, that's much appreciated. So, after loads of messing about there, we'll cut that out probably on stream. I will just leave it in. But that's disappointing because we were dead excited about how we were going to set up work with Pal. It were really look at you. You're all sloughing now, aren't you?
No, that took a lot of prep from you. I ain't done anything, guys. I've done no work. But
so what? Yeah. So why?
They're saying that they can't hear me.
Jim, are you joking?
Jim, help me.
No, I don't believe them. I don't believe them.
Are they having me on?
Yeah, they're having you on.
It's my chat that's saying
it's your chat that's saying it's your chat, and we know not.
Yeah, it's your chat. Yours are normal, aren't they? It's just ours. Or mine even as bad.
That's right. They know how to do it, though, don't they? Mate, to be honest, it's great to finally be together. And now that everybody can hear us talk, we can probably talk about what the weekend's football was.
Finally.
Oh, we're going to... So, hey up, cock, what's happening, Blades and everything else, all that we sort of do was to welcome people to the stream. We'll just breeze past that. It never happened, and we'll sort it out later. But thank you for joining us. This is a show that we've been really excited to do. It is a call-in, so what I will do is, as an alternative, I know we had a couple of people waiting to come on for calls.
They'll be dead now.
You what, mate?
They'll have finished now. They'll be long gone.
Can't hear them. So we'll put the link in the chat. And if anybody wants to come on, we're not going to take loads tonight. Obviously, Cal's wasted half at time just miming to everybody. So there's not an awful lot we can do with that. But there's I don't know if I can pin it from here. But, mate, what did you make to the weekend's results?
You've told everybody what this is, haven't you?
I don't know. You co-presenter, help me out. Go on, tell us.
Yeah, good point. I do actually have to contribute something. I can't just turn up and be pretty face. Yeah, so basically every week we're going to go over Yorkshire's results and talk about the best ones. Like, if any of you know, well, if you're from around here, a lot of people aren't though. It's like Football 11. So it's going to be a call-in and more or less praise or grumble or praise or deedar, one of them ones. So if you've got all good to say or bad, just anything. It's like an 18-plus version of Football 11. So there is some stuff you can't say. But
within reason. I'm a family channel. Cal's the one that brings the disgrace to the partnership, but he also is a very popular man. So what can I say? I was sold. So what we're thinking, mate, about this? Look, I have a little story to confess before he jumps in there. Barnsley played before Sheffield United at the weekend. For those that aren't aware, Cal's a huge Barnsley fan, as I'm sure you all do know. I'm a Sheffield United fan, and I messaged him when you were 2-0 down to Burton, didn't I, mate? Yeah, just to see how you were, really. Just to see, because as a concerned friend, it didn't really go my way, did it?
Well, Saturday? You all shotgun a bit too early, because our lass's family are Sheffield United fans as well. And I got one from my mother-in-law. That didn't last very long, because then when she's gone to Sheffield United ground and you've been slapped up 4-1, do you know what I mean? You're not learning your lesson. You're supposed to be this really humble club, and you're getting it bigger. That's very not. It's just not on brand that for Sheffield, Jim. That.
Don't you be slating Kaz? No need.
Okay. Name dropping.
No, mate. It was a shocking day for Sheffield United. We had all graphics to go, didn't we, mate? We had all graphics on screen we were gonna talk through that you'd worked hard on. So we'll have that ready for next time. Hopefully.
Half an hour fisting to win there. What a life, honestly. Yeah, it'll look a lot better. Jim just can't be arsed. He's supposed to be doing all this work, and he just turns up, provides notes, and just expects me to do heavy lifting.
Yeah, that's where around it goes. That's where around it's been.
Yeah, Sheffield United though. Yeah, do you want to start there? Just get it out of the way,
mate. Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. Let's do it.
Well, I think it were. Well, obviously you were there, so you could get a better side on it. But I think the score was harsh. But also when you've got Norrington Davies and them defenders, do you know what I mean? That's where you're struggling. It's depth at back.
I saw your EFL review, and I completely agree with majority of what you said. We are in a transition period, it's fair to say, and there's a lot of nervous Sheffield United fans at the minute because we sold an Elak Medhodzic, who is our best centre half. We sold him the week of the start of the season, and didn't replace him in time. Now, a lot of blades were saying, like, as long as it's just a really temporary thing, we should have enough to get through Bristol City. But Ruben Sayers has come in, completely different to Chris Wilder, obviously, in a lot of ways. But the attacking football that he's looking to play, it's risk or reward, isn't it? And we left such a high line. We had Sidney Peck, who is an 8, essentially, or certainly box to box. We had him playing as a 6, so he was trying to screen the defence, and it weren't
when you shoving your fullbacks that high, you need a proper, like, an experienced, like a Norwood, something who we had before.
Absolutely right. Vinny Souza, mate, that's who we've lost, and that's who we're trying to replace. And it's we're a tough watch. To be honest, I thought the scoreline was harsh, as you said, but Bristol City deserved to win it. They were the better side. They were just a lot more clinical than we were. They were clearly, willing to throw bodies online and stuff like that. And it was just a really disappointing. It was one of them where when it starts to get away from you, it sometimes can run away from you. And that's exactly what happened to us. And it went 3rd and 4th went in quickly after half time. Heads went down. And we were, it were poor. It were really poor from us.
He was a good manager, though. Obviously, he's ex-Barnsley. But he's never been one that's been obsessed with, he's never been one that's cared about possession and passes and stuff like that. He will change every week. So, in interview afterwards, I don't know if you've seen it, but he says they found, like, weaknesses just in your pre-season games. And I watched you against Rotherham, and I thought you were really good. But he found weaknesses in your team just from what are you laughing at? Just from pre-season.
Bit of praise, bit of sensible.
You were good. I think I've been sensible all this time, even when I said you're 18th. Wilder just did a great good job. That's what it were. And he sacked him.
Outrageous, absolutely outrageous. And finally now, you've got someone to hold you to account this season. It's just, you can't come out with claims like that. It's absolutely... Having said that, and I don't mind pulling curtain back a little bit, when we were discussing how to get on with this show and what ideas for it and stuff like that, we thought, should we do the first one muted for the first 20 minutes? And I don't know how it's gone down, that one. But another idea we suggested was, last season I did a show with Conor McGilligan from One Leeds, and we had a bet on who finished higher. And it was my suggestion that you wore the other team's shirt on stream if you lost that bet. And obviously Leeds finished higher than us. I ended up wearing a Leeds shirt on stream. I was going to suggest to Cal, and we talked about it very briefly, that I think Sheffield United will finish higher in their league than Barnsley. And you're not having it, are you?
I'm not at all. I'm absolutely not. I like that you've said that, because, see, this isn't the thing a good host would do, because I just forget to say that.
It's true, though, isn't it? It's true that this is a genuine discussion we had, and it's something I'm genuinely going to back out of, I think, because...
What?
Because, mate, we hadn't officially agreed the bet, and what we said was it weren't going to be... Because there's not a huge rivalry between Barnsley and Sheffield United.
Only when you play each other, but there's not.
Yeah, exactly. We both ate Sheffield Wednesday. I think that's probably fair to say. Chancery in. But... other than that, the loser was going to have to wear a Wednesday shirt rather than other one on stream, and that's like I'm not quite sure about that.
I've got a Leeds top in my wardrobe from a previous bet that I had with another Leeds fan, not Connor, but a different Leeds fan, and I had him a bet that they won't go up. You know, when they lost to Southampton in playoffs, I had him a bet that year, and I won. But he sent me one out anyway, and it's got Fowler 69 up back. So if anybody wants that, then it's available. It's up for grabs. As if you're going to announce that, Jim, and then not do it. That's embarrassing.
No, but because we're always honest on our, and I know you are too. I'm not sort of calling that at all, but we call it as we see it, and that is a genuine discussion that we had. And now we've lost our first game, not just lost it in some style, and you've won your first 2. So I'm not as confident as I was already.
But is that all it takes for you to just go back on what you said?
A little bit. I'm a little bit flaky like that at times.
So you think you're publicly saying right now that you think Barnes will finish higher in our league?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, you take bet then. You take the bet,
mate. Do you know what? It's all fun and games till it actually comes to doing the.
So it's all talk, and then when it comes to action.
Yeah, pretty much. Because can you imagine if Barnsley finished below Sheffield United? Would you wear a Chef Wednesday shirt on stream?
Yeah, if it were part bet, yeah.
I know I would, but how would you feel doing a stream like that?
Part of the game, innit?
You're not as bothered, are you? Oh, no, mate.
I could not care. Well, I'd feel sick and I'd have to have gloves on when I pick it up, but I won't be. I'm really not that harsh. What's somebody going to say? Oh, he's actually a Chef Wednesday fan. Like, oh, you got me there, buddy.
I know, it just don't feel right, does it? It don't feel right. Anyway, we've done Sheffield United now. It's not a Sheffield United show, as you know.
No, it's
So
not.
talk to me about your team, mate. How did the town get on?
Well, we were crap. Like we were seriously crap. Especially at first half, we were awful.
You were saying, weren't you? You thought you were back. Thought you were the town that you
I
recognised.
seriously did. First half, I was like, oh, this is just. We've all got us hopes up after beating Plymouth first game, and then it's Burton at home, and you're like, because we've been crap at home for years. But then the thing that I really like and that is truly convincing me, because I know we've got good players anyway, like Dunn, Connell, Phillip, these type of boys, McGoldrick now, they speak from sense, but we've never had character to, well, even at first game, we went to 10 men for naught. We lost both as centre-backs, had to change everything, bring loads of kids in, and we won and ended up scoring another one against a very good side. And then we come from 2-0 down to win 3-2, and that's the first time that we've done that in about 25 years at home. So it's good character, because we know we can create loads and win games anyway, but the character is something that's different, which is selling me.
What did you think to our boy anyway?
Which one?
You know,
who's our boy? It's my boy.
You behave yourself.
It's my boy.
We're sharing him. We're sharing him.
We're not sharing Nish, mate. He plays for Barnsley.
No, that's the agreement. That's it. In fact, we have a plan for this show, and you'll be impressed with this because I've just been doing something in the background. Actually,
we've got to get him on.
We've got he can come on. He's more than welcome. He knows that. But we've got something planned for I want everybody to sort of contribute in comments and let us know. But ultimately, it'll be down to me and Cal to decide who has had the performance of the week, and what we're going to call it. Out of all the Yorkshire, it can be a Yorkshire team or it can be an individual performance from one of Yorkshire sides. And we're calling it the Didsy Award.
It's our Didsy, look.
It's our Didsy.
Look at his ear. You need to know, you need a photo like the Barnsley version.
The Didsy Award. I know, but the thing is, which kit do I get him in? And I couldn't. And this was some sort of magazine shoot that he ended up doing. So that's him in neutral clothes with a big smiley face and his shiny head. But
he's gorgeous, isn't he?
He is, mate. How good is he as a footballer? I know you said he weren't good. I know you were slating it. If he's watching, I know you were slating him in your EFL review.
Right. Yeah.
But you're fuming at that, are you? But but what do you think to him as a player? Because I've seen you fawning over him as you were talking about him coming into when you signed him first game at season. What are your thoughts on this beautiful man?
I like that he tries to make stuff happen out of note. And like I said, our last family Sheffield United fans, and they said that he will score outrageous goals. And when you look at his record for the last few years, he's scored once every 2 games, and still now he scored 0.5 goals a game in his entire League One career. Were you in? He weren't. Were you in League One? Were he?
No, he weren't. No,
he was with Derby, and it might have been Ipswich back in the day.
He came to us on trial against. He played in a pre-season friendly against Inter Milan and scored. He was the boy. He was absolutely incredible.
But he's not actually a good finisher, is he?
It's not.
I would not trust him seriously going through one-on-one as I would some other players.
He went through a real patch with us, like a real barren spell where he couldn't hit back at net at all. He went about 20, 25, and that's where he really endeared himself to the fan base, and we sort of became his favourite club. I think it's probably fair to say out of anybody he's ever played for, and still currently Sheffield United being his favourite club because we stuck with him through that time, and everybody still supported him and chanted his name. So he's a blade through and through. He's a blade through and through, and I understand that. But then in the Premier League, you were the only one that could bag for us. So I don't know if were you old enough to remember Barnsley in Premier League? I
wasn't even born, mate.
Well, you're not. There you go. There you go, mate.
I mean, realistically, neither of us have won a trophy for 100+ years. So we're arguing over biggest dwarf.
Do you count biggest dwarf? Do you count League One title? Do you not count that as a trophy?
That major honour, yeah. League One title.
100 points.
Papa John's on.
I count it. Well, you can talk to me about it when Barnsley do it this year, can't you?
Yeah, I can. And we'll leapfrog the way past because you're bottom of the league. Right. Are we going to talk about other than Barnsley and Sheffield? There is a lot of teams. Oh, you've got it on.
Look at that.
Oh.
Look how impressed you are. I knew you would be. So normally this will go on an overlay for our OBS stream, but that's obviously gone by the wayside. We're here on StreamYard and we're happy for it. So it's not quite as aesthetically pleasing as I would like, but it does show you all the results from this weekend. Cal, what do you want to jump into first, pal?
Well, the Didsy Award first.
The Didsy Award? Are we going straight into it?
Yeah, I think so. Because people are saying Jack Watmore for Huddersfield. But I would argue that Donny's centre-half, who scored twice, should get it. If we're going to player, he scored twice. It was centre-half that got shoved to right back, and he scored it 96 minutes to win up game.
And neither of us
Owen Bailey, that's it. Josh says him.
Oh, what? Owen Bailey, yes. You mentioned it, didn't you? Yeah.
And he scored twice.
So you're saying Owen Bailey for the performance of the... you think we should go for a player then rather than a side?
You can do either. But I don't think we could get like Barnsley come from behind to win, but it's also Burton at home.
Yeah, I know, but 2-0. How are we going to get Barnsley, personally? Well,
I might get to Bristol City.
We're talking about getting it a Yorkshire side, aren't we? We're not talking about
fair enough.
Fun.
Make a poll, that'd be good. That's a bit too much faff though for this one. Next one we'll do polls.
Do you fancy doing that, Cal? Do you fancy doing a little bit of something to contribute here rather than just turn up and be a pretty face?
You're muted, Jim.
Don't, because I'll get all paranoid about it. So, right. So Owen Bailey is your nominee for. I didn't see him play, to be fair, so I can't say any other. Do you know who I would say? And this is going to go down.
I know you're going to say. Because I was just thinking.
I know you do. You probably do, yeah. Because we think on similar lines with these sort of things. I don't like saying it. I can't really get it out properly.
He's good for his age, though, isn't he?
Very good for his age, and hopefully, listen. Cal's got a huge following, so hopefully this can go far and wide. Any scouts there that are watching, any Premier League teams that are interested and need a goalkeeper, Piers Charles were absolutely outstanding for Sheffield Wednesday.
He was very good, wasn't he?
He was so good. And I didn't like it. We did a watch-along. I was delighted to see that you couldn't do a watch-along and steal all viewers for that. So thank you, mate. Appreciate your last having you go out for a day. So that was good for me. But he were really impressive. Really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, I know we both don't like them, but they scratched a team together and they played pretty well for what they had.
You say that though, but their 11 was not that bad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Ingelsson and Chalobah. Problem was,
they'll be out for the rest of the year, won't he, Chalobah now?
They've not had a pre-season, though, have they? They've not had any sort.
Exactly. Yeah, when they all started going for cram, that's what I mean. You could tell they were going to start because they're going to be up for it. They're going to be fiery with protest side of things and be on telly and just to prove a point. But as soon as it gets to 60, 70, which it did, and then they've got to bring them kids on that ain't got a pre-season. That I guess to a certain extent have got no to lose as well because they're just you're never going to get a chance like that again in Championship on stage like that, are you? But they're just nowhere near. So as soon as it came to subs and injuries and stuff like that, and Bannon being a little dwarf, then
how bad with that, by the way? I had people saying to me, "Oh, it's harsh. It's harsh for a second yellow."
Disgusting.
I thought it was a shocking tackle.
I know, horrible.
Absolutely shocking. I don't know whether you're being sarky or not.
No, I swear down. That's absolutely disgusting. And I'll tell you why, right? Because at Wembley, we got Phillips sent off for exact same thing. And they were literally sent, they could not get enough for it, that it was worst foul ever. And it was the same thing. So I think that's disgusting. Should be in prison. It's awful.
We're big Barry Bannon fans. We might have to have a worst performance that week sponsored by Barry Bannon.
Get a picture of Wurzel Gummy Jump.
Old Bazza. Look, technically, Borough are in the catchment. Did you see anything at Borough game?
There were very little to see. Do you watch highlights from all? I'm not going to make a dig out.
Yeah.
I will all the time, but I promise you.
I've seen Championship and I've seen clubs that I'm overly familiar with, like Bradford and Huddersfield. But rest, I can't say I've seen Halifax lose at Braintree, if I'm honest.
No, I don't know about that far down. But Middlesbrough, there weren't a lot to talk about, really.
Really poor, weren't it, in terms of expected goals, and they've done what they needed to do, haven't they, and just nudged in front. So fair play to Borough. Cov, I think will be disappointed not to attack some at home. I think they're going to go well this season.
We're on at AF12, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
We're on at
we're early game. Yeah.
I'm going to start watching Southampton, so I've not seen anything from it. I didn't even watch highlights because it was 0-0.
Yeah, it were rubbish. McBurney came on for all. In fact, they've got a little bit of a resurgent Sheffield United team going on with John Egan and John Lundstrom, Ollie McBurney, maybe Chris Wilder at some point if manager don't go well. So
I loved McBurney, as you know.
Yeah, I know he was a really good player for you, weren't he? Really
loved him. Absolutely loved him.
I think that's where he first started making his reputation properly, and then went on to. Did he go on to Swansea from you?
No, we were on loan at us from Swansea.
What?
I think he played for Swansea for a bit afterwards. Because I think we were at Championship when he were on loan to us.
And then it was with Dan James, weren't he, at Swansea?
Yeah.
Huddersfield going to Reading, mate. How good are Huddersfield this year? Talk to me honestly about this, because I think they're going to walk this league.
I don't think they'll walk it. Because I know it's only second game, but they struggle to create anything from up and play there. Like the two goals were from, I think they were both corners, or one were a free kick in a corner. Someone can correct me there, maybe. But first game against Leyton Orient, they were best side by a mile. Like they didn't even break sweat and walked it. They were really good, load of variety, different goals. But then against Reading, they look like they've struggled a little bit. And I'm not saying that it's going to be like that all the time, because they're still 1-2 now. But they've not had anything in their own net, is thing. Like defensively, they're very, very solid. They've got a lot of good players at middle at Park, a lot of experience. There should be top 2 in it, and be a failure if not. But there's some other good sides in this league, like Luton, Barnsley, Bolton. There's some good sides.
I've seen Barnsley shout. Are you genuine automatic contenders? You think? Right? I know you fancy yourself as a playoff team, but do you think looking at Huddersfield and particularly Huddersfield and Luton, do you think you're in and up there?
No. Be completely honest, no. Not for top 2. No, you're laughing again.
I'm not laughing.
You are. You give me a look.
I am a little bit.
Little twinge inside your mouth as if you're not bottom of the league. Sorry, I've gone on a tangent there again. What?
Out of order. Out of order. Why would you do that?
But anyway, going back to it, because our defence is that arse. No, I think we will score, and I'm being completely honest. I think we'll score most goals in the league, but defensively we've got issues. Still,
you just said that David McGoldrick, as good as he is, in a great finisher, but you think you'll score most goals in the league?
Where we've got most already. In his last 3 competitive games, he scored 3, 3, and 4. And Urian got the last. Go on.
I'm just wondering where goals come from then. I'm not saying you won't sustain it, but if you've not got a central striker, I know DKD's a big one for you, but where else are goals coming from?
Because we're going to play like a 4-2-4. So our left back is effectively just a left winger all the time. We're very attacking. But we've got DKD got, I think, 18 last season in a horrendous team. McGoldrick, Phillips and Russell both got double figures for Middle at Park last season. Vickers, who scored yesterday, a winger. Cleary looked really good when he come on. Connell's got a little bit from a bit deeper, but we will score a lot of goals.
I believe you, mate. I believe you. I know you fancy Donny, Bradford, and who came up with him?
Port Vale and all.
You fancy them to all go all right this season, don't you? In terms of League One. So
yeah, Donny looked really good. To be fair,
we're not going to touch. Is that 2-1 bounce that Donny won?
Yeah, they won both. The bet Exeter first game and then that.
Yeah, so we're not going to cover every game in detail because, to be fair, we won't have watched it in detail. But this is sort of a platform that's there for you guys to come on and talk about your club. And lo and behold, I've got a Sheffield United fan waiting in the wings. So we'll knock this off just so we can make sure it's all nice and smooth. And not only that, but because I'm steering the wheel, I get to give him a proper intro as well.
Yeah, we just get. From the mountain with a heart so pure it's astounding. Man mountain strong and true. What a man, what a view.
Yes, the man mountain.
Mate, what is going down with the OBS?
Oh, mate, who knows?
I'll have to swear on this one, aren't I, Jim? You put the 18 on it.
No, there you go. I'll beat you out. What
a shower that was. It was good fun, though, lads. I think everybody was still entertained either way.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about because when everybody comes to watch it, we've cut it out, so nobody knows what you're talking about. So
Mr. V still slung you 20 quid, hasn't he? Of course.
Has he? Oh, we haven't got to comments yet. What a man. What a man.
This guy's basically bankrolling.
We're pulling favours for Sheffield United fans here. This is a joke.
What are you talking about? It's an open line for anybody from any.
Oh, open line at host of Sheffield United fan. Sure thing.
That's the way it is, Cal. I need the therapy, mate. After this weekend, it was a nightmare at Bramall Lane. I tell you, it was horrible.
Talk to us about it, then, mate. What you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking. Well, I went off my head, didn't I, a little bit yesterday about how we need to get some defenders. Nothing's happened, obviously. I expected him to come out today with some sort of announcement. I really did. Be honest.
Did you?
I really did. I expected something to happen quick. I think they need
to.
Yeah, mate, they need to. I'm telling you now, if we're not careful, our best players will be down the road. I'm really worried about that now.
Cal,
no way.
Cal, they will. Mate, Cal, you didn't see it, mate. You didn't see it.
No, but this is what
after one game, Michael Cooper's been there and he is unbelievably cool all the time. I've never seen him lose his rag like he did on Saturday. Never seen it.
But this is why it's good that we've got an outsider in Cal to tell us what it's like from a
calm us all down. Yeah,
different.
Yeah, but you're having crisis talk after one game.
Cal, I know.
What do you mean, Cal?
I know. I was there. He was there. We know what it looked like. It was. I think the disappointing thing was, the first 2 goals. There's nothing no one's doing about them. and we probably shouldn't have been losing at half time. But it was the reaction, and it was the body language for me, and how when it went 3 and 4 really quick in the second half, just nothing happened, literally nothing. And you're looking at players like Aimer, you're looking at players to stand up. Sidney Peck I'd have thought would have loved that scenario, like kicking the badge and whatever, and it just didn't happen. Nothing happened at all. It was really bad. And honestly, I think we were come final whistle. I think half the ground had disappeared. They'd all gone home.
That's not very humble.
Why are you talking like that?
Sheffield United this humble club, no?
That's
just trademark Sheffield. We're not like them next door.
We're not like them next door. We're not.
All you bang about on a bang. Oh yeah, the bang about all you bang on about is attendances.
Oh, they do.
You do.
We don't.
No, but we're not getting into that balls.
And Cal, what's this about McGoldrick not being a good finisher?
He's not a good finisher. Well, apparently.
29 goals in 2 seasons. I've just had a look for Notts County. How have you managed to... Don't he support Notts County, Jim?
Yeah, does he
support them?
Well...
How has he ended up at Barnsley?
Because he went to Nathaniel Mendes Lang's wedding. Derby player and Urian were there. That is it. I think one of them.
Is that it?
I think Leeds has come out and said it.
That's a right.
The reason that he's here is because they met each other again at this wedding, and
because they played together at United, didn't they? They played together at United.
Yeah, and Ireland. They were at Ireland for 8 years.
No, the boys. He is quality. The fact he's never relied on any pace. He's going to be awesome for you this year.
He's a very smart filler, isn't he? It's all in his head.
That's why he's a Rolls Royce, even at age he's at. He's still a really, really good player.
His touch and the way he uses his body to look after the ball is it's the best I've seen. Other than Illiman and Dye, I think he's the best we've seen at Bramall Lane for that. Seriously. So yeah, I think you're lucky. I was going to ask you a question then, boys. I know we've been a bit reactive as a fan base, obviously, and we've got some quite good prospects in Yorkshire this year. In terms of going up and potentially going down, have your views changed on who might go up or go down based on like the first 2 games in League One and the first game in the Championship? Well, I think Wednesday.
There we go.
This doesn't sound very good on a United stream, but
it's not a United stream, is it? That's the thing.
That is, isn't it? It is a bit. And then Mr. V slinging his dollars about already. No, so yeah, I just feel like they're not as nailed on as they were in my head. For last in the league.
Nah. I think what's happening here, mate. I think we've been too reactionary. It's for us as a fan base, as Sheffield United fans. And last night we talked about it on Blades Ramble. We have been very reactionary, and that's understandable. But like Cal says, it's one game, and I think Wednesday's same in terms of that. Barnsley have started really well, 1-2 on bounce. He still don't fancy him for automatics. I think you've got to wait for it to level out a little bit, personally. In terms of Sheffield Wednesday looked decent, and like Cal says, scratched together an 11 yesterday. It looked okay for that level. It weren't like they were outclassed or anything like that. But once they get depleted, it's like they're going to miss Bannon for next game because of ridiculous red card. Chaloba, however you say his name, he went down injured. There were 3 or 4 of them at 60 minutes or something. Goes down with cramp and can't really carry on for a couple of them. They are, because of their circumstances, they are going to end up putting 4, 5, 6 kids in, and that might, bring them on and accelerate. We had Sidney Peck come on and do really well, but they're clearly not ready for first team. Otherwise, they'd be involved. So I think they will. Their squad depth is what's going to kill them, and I think they'll.
Is that not down to training in the park pre-season?
Possibly, yeah. But it's still the circumstances that they're in, isn't it? That's where they are as a club.
Are you going to say as soon as he gets to 60 minutes, they're finished, like every time? Because they started well. They were best side first half. Like you said, as soon as you're getting cramps with lack of friendlies and just conditioning in general, you just finished every time they get to 60. And then as season goes on, when you're playing the same 11 all the time that are experienced players, they'll be knackered.
Cal, go on then. You answer the question. Anybody changed your opinion in first weekend, or do you think it's just
I'm a bit scared for Sheffield?
Are you really? Or are you just saying that for wind up?
No, a little bit. Seriously. It's because of the squad level and the amount that you've lost so far without bringing much in. You've brought Barry and Binden in, haven't you? But you've let about 6, 7 go. You've not even used loan market that well yet. And I know this time, but you love a loan. You had 7 go back last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
There's loads. I think we lost 11 out of the squad from last year, and we've only added 3 was last I saw it. I think we need 5. I really think we need 5.
Yeah, easy. But then you'll have another 3 loans come in that'll probably start for you because you've got Binden and Barry, haven't you, already? But the thing that worries me most, and obviously now I've got 2 Sheffield United fans in front of me, I can get a bit of a better perspective on it. But these kids that you're going for from like Bulgaria and that, you can't just rely on that, can you? Surely, does that not worry you?
It does worry us because it's not going to affect the team right now, is it? So if these lads are nowhere near the match squads for the friendlies or on the first day after that, you know, they're probably not going to be this season, are they? They might be one or two might make the bench. Hopefully, they'll play some of them in the cup in the week because that's just a write-off for me. I said it on the stream last night. It's just not a priority. Jim reckon we might be going for some synergy, getting players on the pitch. What do you reckon for us? Do you think it's worth us fielding a decent team at Birmingham on Wednesday?
I don't think so because we've got to be realistic. None of us are going to win it, are we? So it's a race to get out if you want to go up. I think.
My thoughts were for a team that started in such poor form with that terrible first performance. If we're trying to gel some players together, rather than just save them for another run out at Swansea at weekend in league, why not try and get a little bit of synergy?
Yeah, I agree with that. In your circumstances, I would like after that game, I would stick same 11 at.
Yeah, because before or 11 that you're going to go with at Swansea, because
because it make it right, sort of thing.
Originally we were saying like bring Tom Cannon in, bring players in on periphery, but now you've just got to go with who you think's going to get some rhythm into their pattern of play. Because at the minute their heads will be on floor, so it's like not having a game if you just play 2 different sides, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
do we think we're going to get some rhythm going to Birmingham, having watched them the other night?
Well, it depends if they might have the luxury of changing the team, might they? And we might play against weaker opposition.
Yeah,
they were running through brick walls there, lads. Good. They were running through brick walls the other night. Birmingham.
I know they were, and they didn't like Cal says. They didn't have like cashing in and starting in lineup. They didn't have Doyle in lineup. There were loads
of depth. Is mental.
Yeah, it is. It is. Paolo,
a lot of that team that started for Birmingham were from League One. Like I think at least 8 of them were. I was
surprised. I was surprised, really. But
it's that good. Honestly, everybody thinks we're joking because it's League One and who cares? They've got EFL points record. They're not going to come up and just be pushovers. Them.
You said same to me about Wrexham, didn't you? In terms of like, because I was laughing that Cal had put a video out about Wrexham going to get promoted, and he was like, "Look, I'm not saying they're definitely going to go up, but do not sleep on what they're doing because you were saying like they're a proper side. Like, Paul, thank you for joining us, mate. We're gonna keep it rolling as best we can. Really appreciate it, pal. Cheers, mate.
So we're good. On that joke.
No. It's not a Sheffield United channel. This.
Oh no!
I'll tell you, I don't know where any of your. This is open for your guys to come on as well, and anybody from any club is welcome to go for that link. I don't know where that link is now. To be fair, a little bit further up that we put in, but and come on and have your say. That's what it's all about, and we can have a little bit of banter with different people from different clubs. But I've just got to highlight some of these, Cal, because I don't know if you've seen them per se, but Posh Zach. Thank you, my brother.
he just gives me jip all the time. He's a Peterborough fan, right? With Posh in his name. Yeah. And he just won't accept that they're getting relegated for a start and then just keeps giving me stuff like this all the time.
What has happened? I know this is a Yorkshire stream, but what has happened to Peterborough? Because they used to be the club that was between Championship and League One, always there or thereabouts. Darren McAntony, always a lot to say.
He's obviously a tool.
Obviously, they're not getting DKD. But what do you think of like McAntony? Would you like a chairman like that comes out and speaks about what's going off at club?
No.
Wouldn't you?
I wouldn't like him because I think he's a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He gives me he blocked me on Twitter, right? We'll just go on a little tangent here. Never spoke to him in life. I get him stick on it because of how he runs Peterborough. To the extent of they sell everything all the time and consistently go for the cheaper option. They're trying to moneyball, but they're doing it backwards. They're like, that's what we do as well. So I can't get our owners stick and then not get Peterborough's it when we do the same thing.
But up until the last 18 months, that's worked for them. That's been a model that's worked where they've held on to players. Yeah, they've signed players for cheap, sold them for big money. Everybody knows you can't really get players out of Peterborough on cheap.
Yeah, but no, that's not my problem. My problem is not with the selling players, but in more recent years, I mean, they've took gambles and they've definitely worked in previous years, which is why they got so much money for these lads. But this season, they've spent a bit of money, in fairness. Or maybe last season's a better example. This from the team that started against Oxford in playoffs. So just over a year ago now, a year and a few months ago, there's one player left, and he's on transfer list because he went and signed a new contract. The turnover is ridiculous.
Yeah,
turnover. If they take in £5 million, say, for players, I know you've obviously got other football related costs, but they will bring 5 in and spend 1, and that is the annoying thing.
That's the criticism, isn't it? It's what they do when they've done that good bit of business by buying low, selling high, and then what do they do with money?
You're supposed to take your next, you're supposed to take the next step.
That's
and
fair.
Like I've said so many times, the annoying thing with Barnsley, the second year in League One, we made like 9 million quid in sales. And I know obviously there's a loss from the TV money from Championship to League One, which you've got to get accustomed to, wage bill and that. But we brought that much money in and spent one max. It's like, where's all this money gone? Our owners come in and said, whatever we make on player sales, we will spend again. They will front up and attendances and everything to just level it out effectively. And if we make £5 million in sales, we will go and adjust that for fees and wages, and we just don't do it. And that's what they're like.
Okay. Another shout out for Kel. I know we read this out earlier, but we were scrambling a bit earlier, Kel. So I just want to say thank you,
Kel. Cheers, Kel. Thank you.
Cheers, Kelly. Appreciate it. We do need that tech support, and we'll get it sorted for next time. Another one for Cal. Simon Bray, Earth Dog. Just sending the two. No comment.
Thank you, mate. We've not seen your message.
I know it's not. I don't know if there is a message to go here. It might be in chat, but there's been a few comments coming in.
My cheers for two, but I'm not scrolling up for 3 hours.
Mr. Vancouver, channel legend from the Blades Ramble and Ramble FC. Good evening, Jimmy and Cal. A bit of a rocky start, but a great concept for the masses. Up the Blades, up all the Rambles, up the Matilda Shakes. Yes, come on, you red and white wizards. Thank you, Mr. V. Always.
Nice one, Mr. V.
Top man. Right, so let's try and get through some of these. Do you want to touch on any other clubs, mate, before we start diving into a couple of comments and seeing what people are saying?
Get them up, because I've got one more. If we get scores up, please. There is one more that we need to talk about, and they're not going to like it. Rotherham. Seriously, Jimmy, they are in bother.
Mate?
I'm telling you, they're in trouble.
Are they going through trapdoor, do you reckon?
Yeah. I put them down. I've got Wimbledon, Peterborough, Rotherham, and Exeter. And I know I get no rate, so don't take it. Just take it as gospel.
No.
Like,
well, you said 18 for Sheffield United, so you don't.
Yeah, well, maybe I were ahead of the curve in this year. But Stevenage are a good side as well. So just quickly, we're not like Billy Till and Stevenage because they're semi-pro at heart. Do you know what I mean?
They're one of them sides that are underrated, aren't they? Because of the absolutely name, reputation.
Like Lincoln as well. These type of sides that traditionally you just not look at and think, oh yeah, they're here. They're very, very hard to beat. Stevenage have got a good Stevenage, and I said this earlier, and I promise you, they have got a better team than what Rotherham have. Definitely.
I believe you. I don't know what's happened to Rotherham. They have been picked off. They've never been a real powerhouse, have they? And I think Paul Warren pulled off a couple of real good seasons.
He absolutely did.
Yeah, he's a very good manager, underrated. And what is he doing at MK Dons? What is he doing there? Because that's... I know what he's doing there, but that is them promoting.
Topping his pension up. That's what he's doing down there.
but they are. It's Matty Amshaw now, isn't it? And they've been picked off, and they've got real nobody of any note now that you would think can have a proper impact.
But like the side they got relegated from Championship at first place. We are talking points wise, statistically one of the worst Championship sides ever that come down. They had Ollie Rathbone nicked off them straight away. I can't even remember who else of note were there. Doffin's gone this year on a free. They've still got Nombe. Yeah, Clark Harris. Oh, yeah, but they got him from Peter when they come down, didn't they?
Yeah.
They took loads of money at him. And I know this for a fact. He run $8,000 a week at Rotherham. Right, he run a lot of money. # in the know. He run a lot of money, right? Because a lot of daft teams do this. They'll budget for every position and then think, oh, my striker's going to get me out of here. So they blow a lottery up there. Which is why when you look at it now, after a failed striker like that they've had to pay off to get off his contract anyway, you're looking at rest at team other than Nombe. Powell's all right, but the defence is awful, and they create very, very little apart from probably Powell, who can get marked out of game. That's true. Alfie says Johansson left. He was a good keeper. But exactly, we're talking about one of the worst Championship sides ever. Victor Johansson's a very good keeper, isn't he?
Class.
Yeah, he is.
Absolutely top class.
But we're talking about one of the best ever that conceded 90-plus goals. And that's with him, isn't it? If they had a normal-ish keeper, it'd have been disgusting.
Yeah,
they were really poor when they come down.
Well, they were talking about Johansson the other day for Stoke last season, and saying that he could have been the difference between them not going down. You know, he's been that good for them as well, because he's been talked to and linked with Premier League clubs this window. It wouldn't surprise me if he left, to be honest. So, very, very good goalkeeper. And Rotherham are a lot poorer we at them. But 1-0 at Stevenage. Optics aren't great, but like you said, they're a decent team. They are a
good team, Stevenage. But even the way they won last week against Port Vale, and they had a good first half, they were 2-0 up. But Port Vale had a red card for an hour And in second half, I don't think Rotherham had a shot on target. They just sat back and accepted soaking up pressure against 10 men, newly promoted League Two side. You know what I mean? The mentality and everything, I really worry for him. Seriously, Jim.
Me too. Pan says, do you like Billy Sharp? What's your thoughts on Billy Sharp, Cal? Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Well, yeah, it'd be a daft question for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I think he's a goat, but there you go.
I don't good. I don't dislike him as such. He hates Barnsley though, doesn't he? And I can understand why.
I don't think does he hate him?
I think he don't like his fan base because they were singing some of the shouldn't have done a long time ago.
Oh yes, yeah.
So,
well, yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah, I'd forgot about that link, to be fair, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't mind Billy Sharp. There's a lot worse out there. I don't mind him.
One of the best EFL's ever seen in terms of strikers.
Probably one of the best League One's ever seen. I won't go as far as EFL.
So you don't like him then? That's the.
I'm being completely honest. He's one of the best League One scorers ever. He's nowhere near on Championship.
He's class. He's top class. George says Leeds the biggest and best side in Yorkshire. Well, that is. They are the best.
George.
It's George. Yeah, they're not even.
Come on, George. Yet. All right. Well done.
Yeah. Woo.
You come back next week, then we'll get you.
That's the thing. We're not talking about Leeds this week, are we? We can do, but we're not talking about them because they haven't played yet. Wait till they kick off, but they'll be included with rest. This is actually so funny, says Zach. I don't know which element of it is. Bamford's available if anybody wants him. Says
no, 60 grand a week or something.
Riff says, how many goals will Barnsley score after DKD joins the Blades?
You'd have to get your wallet out.
How much?
Well, this is another thing that we said, right? Because Jimmy seems to reckon, right, if DKD is to leave Barnsley, that it'll be less than £3 million. No, and I wanted to have you.
No, don't exaggerate. Do it. Don't exaggerate. You said not a penny more than 5.
And then you come back and said £3 million, and the response to that was me saying, I will have you money right now that he goes for more than £3 million if he's sold.
Yeah, but I'm not on the same sort of money as you.
Well, we'll do a Wednesday thing then again.
No, I don't.
Exactly.
I don't want
to. Not have to be money. It's the principle, Jim. I'm just that confident that we will not sell the man. I don't think we'll sell him anyway. But if he goes, it'd be ridiculous for us to sell him for less than £3 million. It'd be daft. It would.
Oh dear me! I had a comment lined up, and they've just been lost in the sea of comments that were laughing at me getting my mates on. Well, welcome to the stream, everybody. Oh Jamie Dumpling, how's it going, pal?
Good evening, both of you.
Good evening,
hey, mate.
It's going to have to be a quick one, Jay, because we can't Sheffield United this stream anymore than we can. But what do you want to talk about, pal? Just quickly.
It was sort of what Paul was saying earlier, just on front of owners. To be fair, I do think we're getting a bit over the top. That there are a lot worse teams out there. There'll be time, and if you look at a side like Barnsley, you can do a lot worse in the transfer windows. Let's be right.
Do you know what I think it is?
Get this guy off.
Do you know what I think it is, Jay? I think it's an understandable emotional reaction from fan base. And now when dust starts to settle a little bit on any result, whether that's you've gone well this weekend or you've not gone well, then once dust starts to settle, you can start to see bigger picture again. So we were all fuming Saturday afternoon after the game, understandably so. And there's still an awful lot to do at Sheffield United. So I'm not saying everything's back rosy in garden again. But that is a spike. And you're right. Originally, it was an overreaction in hindsight. But now, we know what we need to do, don't we? Birmingham, you can write off. Whether we put a decent team out that we think is going to compete against Swansea at weekend or not, we still, I don't think, are going to have the complete article that goes out in the league next time. So we just need to be focusing off the pitch on getting the players that we need. And I think we'll be okay. You look at some of the stats. Cal, you tell me if you think I'm wrong on this, but we had something like, what do you reckon to XG stuff, Cal? Because we were something like 2.35 XG, and they were 1.3. And
but it's
that
like,
don't mean everything, but it shows that it's certainly not a 4-1 game. They were a better team, and I understand that they caught us on break. It were smart tactics from Struber, but we have been in that game, and we've created enough chances to cause problems.
But I think with XG, it's flawed unless you're actually watching it as well. Because like McGoldrick's got a tap in for me to camera away. So that'll be 0.95 or something. If we then have another 14 shots and they equate to 0.2, do you know what I mean? Then we've not really done a great deal other than that one big chance.
Yeah. That's fair.
But Bristol City looked like they just took advantage of weak points with you. That's what it was, just with Norrington Davis. Just identified him and pressed down that side. So Stu was really good at.
Jamie, would you be happy if Norrington Davis gets replaced for the next game and then think we'll go a little bit better following that?
I
I think that's
would,
the
in a sense.
immediate thing to sort of address.
I would in a sense, because the way he plays is as if he's trying to play terrorism football, in the sense of the fact that like when we played Swansea last season, you could have said he's Agent Wells because of how bad he played. Let's not say the piss. He's been awful since he came back from his last injury, and he's not gotten any better. And he's only just signed a new contract. So for me, I'd pay him off. He's been absolutely horrific. But who have you got at centre half? If Robinson leaves, you've got Tyler Bindu, who's 20, and Sasnauskas, who's 18 in U21s. You've got no one. So it's a balancing act.
All the time, though, your depth, because you've lost that many players.
Oh, yeah, big time.
But Sellers has not been given chance to do anything. And I see on Twitter a lot of time, and then obviously what I get told afterwards, that people are still moaning about the Wilder thing. It's gone. Like people, surely your fan base as a whole has got to accept Wilder is gone. You've got to accept now that Sellers is your gaffer. And to get on, I think to get up managers back on first game for a start, but when he's brought 2 players in and lost 6 or 7 from last season, it's ridiculous. He's not been given a fair crack at whip yet.
I think he's
judging in December or something when he's had a fair go.
And at least at end of window when we know what we're working with. But I think he's been hung out to dry personally. So
I completely agree with you.
Jamie, anything else, pal, before I let you go?
No, let's just hope that things get better and Viva Chansiri.
Good man.
Nice one, pal. All right. Cheers, Jamie Dumpling. Top man. Cheers for that. Riff says, Cal, what's your thoughts on Tyler Binden? Having seen him close up in League One, do you think he'll do a job for us?
Yeah, I really do. I would have thought, with Forest obviously being in Europe, I'm surprised genuinely that they didn't keep him as like a rotational option for like domestic cups or something like that, because obviously Premier League and Europe are going to take a lot of attention. But I do think he is that good. Obviously, their long-term thinking is get him out on loan to what you'd think were a top championship side and see if he can hack it at that level.
I'm not buying it.
But I really like him. I think he's very aggressive for someone that you look at and don't really think, oh, yeah, he's going to fancy a bit, because he's not the biggest, is it? He's not biggest in stature or like size or anything. But he doesn't have like a tackle him. And I really like that. Quite old school, intelligent for 20. And Sellers brought him through, so he trusts him.
I think he, talk about manager being hung out to dry, I think he were a little bit as well, because he were like an island on his own at weekend with Norrington Davis, who don't really know what he's doing at centre, and that's no slight on him. He's not a centre half, but he were left isolated at times, and it showed, because some people were saying he had a poor game, but I thought he were decent for what he were asked to do. We're not Alfie's chucked you some brass as well. We're not talking about Charlton or anybody like that tonight, but
we're thanking you for the 2, baby. Thank you, Alfie.
Baby. Thank you, my brother. I'm gonna get. Is that what everybody says now? Is that how we do it? Thank you to my brother.
No, you're not down with kids, are you?
I'm not, mate. I'm too old for
I'm
that.
25. I'm knocking on.
Winning Ballon d'Or. He's a good signing for them, isn't he?
He's a very good signing.
I think Charlton have done some smart business. I had him 23rd, quite a distant 23rd at start of season. No, before they started buying Luton Town, and then they bought Luton and a couple of others, and they look decent again to me. So, look, we're not just a Sheffield United stream. We're not just a Barnsley stream. We are covering every team in Yorkshire tonight. And
can I just touch on one last thing with Sheffield United before we go on?
Of course you can.
And specifically Binden. I think if he has an actual leader next to him, like I think he would do AF decent with Robinson stood next to him, and I think he's crap. But if you bring a serious, I think it'll end up being another loan, which is just what you do. Robinson. But if you can get a suitor, I know they're not gonna, but someone of that nature, then I think you'll see it best out of Binden. Because Mbengu were a very aggressive centre half stood next to him as well, who did a lot of dirty work, was gone to QPR on a free. So if you get someone like that, I think you'll be fine.
We're going to take one last caller on Sheffield United, and then we're going to move on. Mark Meldrew, how's it going, pal?
What do you say, mate?
What do you say?
I'll bring positivity down a bit. Don't we worry about
Yeah, go on, mate. Go on. We're having to rattle through, because otherwise it's going to get tagged as a Sheffield
United.
United.
We've not touched on Sheffield United yet, so
I know that's
really
what
good.
I mean. So, what were your thoughts? I haven't spoken to you directly since the game, have I? So, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad, mate. I've calmed down a bit today. In words of Callum Fowler himself, we took the absolute living piss.
Damn straight, baby.
Took the absolute mick. It were horrific. And you can talk about game one all you want. It were absolutely horrific.
I thought you were going to come in with something decent.
No,
something nice there.
Mark, who were on the preview show saying, "Come on, we're ready for this." Up there, very positive, Mildred. We're well up for this. Come on, the Blades. We're up for it. And now we took the absolute piss. It was bad,
just
wasn't it, mate?
so bad. Like, I've never seen us like so open. Like, first half, like we were talking downstairs at half time, and we were like, "Oh, we're in this." Like 2 goals, not against run of play, but we look quite decent going forward, and then just absolutely. I'd literally just put my bum up seat in second half. Boom, 3-1. And then 5 minutes later, 4-1.
It's just great hearing everybody else go through pain.
It's horrific. And do you know what makes me laugh? I was talking to one of my brother's mates before the game, and I was like, look at table, like, no one's like scored 3, scored 4, got walloped.
Yeah. And there we are.
Steps us. There you go.
All my beer.
Yeah, Sheffield United, all my beer. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I couldn't ring up Saturday, Jim. I was too angry, mate. I was intoxicated and all. It's not a good thing.
We'll have a chat. Don't worry about it. No, I appreciate you coming on, pal. Good to see your face. Good to see you smiling
Good to
again.
See you. Nice to see you, chaps.
All right, and
Nice
I'll
one,
catch
mate.
up with you soon.
Take care. Ta-ra.
There's Marco. Ta-ra, mate. Good old.
You get one more
Matt.
Sheffield United fan on here ringing up.
No, that's it, mate. That's it. We're done. We're done for Sheffield. No, we're not taking any more Sheffield United calls. In fact, I'm a little bit worried about next one because there's a caller on that's not Sheffield United. It's definitely not Sheffield United. But we've got the tag is Struber's Reds. Now, this is either Barnsley for Struber's Reds or it's a Bristol City.
It'll be a Bristol fan.
You reckon?
Yeah.
How's it going, pal?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hey, pal.
Yeah, I'm very delighted with the result on Saturday at Sheffield United. It was unbelievable.
Bristol City fan, lovely.
Bristol City fan, good man.
That's what's your name, pal?
I'm Connor, but I'll go as Teeny Toasted.
Oh, good man,
brother. Teeny
good
Toast.
man, baby.
Teeny Toast. Go on then, mate. You've called. It's an open line. I'm here to be shot at. Yeah. Let me have it.
After game week 1, I've come to the conclusion we are going to get playoffs again. It's going to be quite comfortable.
That's how it's done, Jim. You've got to come in and delude this then. Just lie to yourself until it can't happen anymore.
Like, Norwich took our manager and I thought it was over, but we've already improved in that area. We've got a better striker than Wells, so I don't see what's stopping us from going up this year.
Other teams being better than you? No.
Yeah, there's.
I don't disagree that Bristol City are better than last year, but the teams around you are much better as well. Like, what is it, not lowest points tally ever to get in last year, something like that?
Yeah, I don't talk about that one.
All right, fair enough. But then you've got like Millwall, for example, teams like that, Norwich, West Brom, all these are strengthened,
Improved,
more than what Bristol City have.
Yeah, but Norwich got Manning.
You're saying that as if you didn't just get your highest finishing decades, bro.
Give them highest.
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, we're gonna do one better this year, so please.
I'll tell you what. I hope you're right for Struber. I hope you're right. I really do.
Teeny, I have to say as well, because I hadn't had a chance to directly speak to a Bristol City fan. I thought you were very good. I thought you were very good at the weekend. I think a lot of our talk in Sheffield United space has been about how poor we were, because that's what we have to focus on and what we need to improve. But you were very good as well. I thought you were clinical. I thought you defended with your lives. I thought your goalkeeper looks really good as well. So we're a little bit worried about when O'Leary went down. I'm thinking, Rob Dickey's out as well, and maybe, I know we're weak defensively, but maybe we're going to catch them a little bit here. And I thought they were really, really good. So it's whenever we're slating Sheffield United or concerned about Sheffield United, it's not Bristol City won because we were poor. You were very good as well. So I have to give you that as well, pal, to be honest. So
I did feel you set up perfectly for us. Like the gaps in space you left every single attack, it was absolutely mental.
It was crazy. And man for man, in terms of certainly front line, I wouldn't have changed much either. I wouldn't have swapped you. But back line, we knew we were weak, and everything that could have gone wrong for us went wrong. Even Michael Cooper, who I think he's carrying a slight injury, to be fair, but I didn't think he looked up to it much. So, yeah, a lot of work for us to do, but positive start for Bristol City. And I appreciate you coming on and sort of showing everybody that
Mr. Toast.
It's not just the Sheffield United stream.
Good man.
It's
a Bristol City one talking about Sheffield United instead.
Nice to put a face to the name that funds the Callum Fowler channel anyway, pal.
So. I do need to get my job back, so I need to get the bank account a bit.
So you've got a man that's unemployed.
Oh, Jim, what are you doing?
Oh, no.
Honestly.
I
Sorry?
can rest assured, Tini, he's doing fine.
Well,
No,
it is the best £5 you'll ever spend. So.
That's my man.
That is
Good
the
man, Toast.
It is
Good
great
man.
content. It is great content. And thank you, Teeny Toast. Very much appreciated, pal.
Nice one.
Hope
Cheers,
to see you
mate.
soon.
See you later.
See you,
Nice
mate.
one.
Top man,
Legend.
there you go. Putting a face
Absolute
to the
legend.
name of one of your top supporters there. That's
He's a
good,
great
innit?
boy.
He is a great boy. He is a great boy. So, are we settled now? I don't know if we have got ourselves a performer of the week. Are you sticking with your original pick?
Yeah,
This is
can we get
for
scores
the-
back on? Oh, God, he's here again, shiny head.
The did it.
I love it. Look at his teeth and all. Oh, my God.
Oh, no, he's beautiful, isn't he? What a man.
He's
What a man.
gorgeous.
So, you're sticking with Owen Bailey from...
For a player, yeah.
And are we going to decide between us now whether Owen Bailey gets it, who I honestly haven't seen play this week, or Pierce Charles? And I know we don't like him, mate, but you've sometimes just got to...
But it's got to be said, right? When you strip it all back, Donny have won and Wednesday have lost.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
How much would Wednesday have lost by had Pierce Charles not been involved?
Well, it don't matter. They've still got 0 points.
Well, it depends if you do it team or player.
Well, as a player, I still think Owen Bailey had more of an impact on his game than Wednesday did. Because with or without Charles, Wednesday have lost. Without Owen Bailey, Donny do not win that game.
Okay, I'll let you have
Done.
that for this week.
Thank
You
you
can
very
pick Owen Bailey wins the award this week. So well done, pal.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to cover, mate, before we wrap it up and cut out that first 20 minutes of the stream? Hang on.
I'm keeping it on.
Oh,
Sadie, household name.
Sadie. Nice one.
Other funny content. Let's have more. I will turn up in time for the next one. Sorry, I was having someone then. Thank you, Sadie. Kiss.
Thank you, Sadie. Kiss. The Wednesday Alfie's going for Wednesday keeper.
That's fair. No, I can understand it, but it's between them two in it for people. I just think, you know what it is? If Donny game had as much traction and they were on Sky, I think people would get it, but it's recency bias.
Okay. We I'm just reading some of the comments. I'm not going to get into it all because there's so many. Thank you to everybody that's commented tonight. We will fix the technical glitches at the top of the show, won't we, pal? We know that. But
you.
Oh, but I'm not having it. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Unbelievable. Do you want to give us an out then, pal?
Boys, absolute pleasure, and girls, of course. I do get called for that a few times, and anything else. We never know. We do really never know. There could be anything watching this. Thank you for watching on both channels. Make sure you subscribe to both, please. Have you got my link at the top of your description? Because I'll put yours in mine. Yeah. And if you use my match bingo code,
wow,
£25, you get £10 for free. It's crazy.
Wow. You've done that when I'm sponsored by Match Bingo as well, the little old channel.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for joining, everybody, and we'll hopefully see you next time.